Howdy, Immortalium here, and here's my manga haul from, well, it's a bit of a misnomer to say that it was my manga haul from the MCM Expo, because, as I said in a previous video, the con itself, the MCM Expo, hardly had any manga at all. So I went down to a nearby Forbidden Planet to get this. It was all 3 for 2. The actual price points of individual manga volumes was higher than online, but with the 3 for 2, it brought it ever so slightly cheaper than the online prices for these. So, you know, it was fine. I mean, I would have liked, you know, to actually have seen, like, you know, used manga at the con. I mean, I guess now I've been a bit spoiled because I keep thinking each time I go to a con that I'll get a deal like I did with the 20 volumes of Black Cat for €40. So, I don't know. I just wish that I could see more used manga at these cons, but it doesn't matter anyway. So all these manga I got from Forbidden Planet. So first one up, because I've been reading so much of this series recently, and I think this concludes an arc, a very short 2-volume arc in this series, as well as bringing it up to date with the English release and oddly enough the Japanese release, although it's not done, is Volume 32 of Hunter x Hunter. I believe this was only released this month, yeah, April 2014. I am loving the series. I've just read 29, I think, 2 days ago. So I'm very close to getting up to date, and I'm loving the series. I think it's amazing. I know some people are freaked out about the artwork. I know that's, you know, some people aren't that keen on the story, but you know, I love it. One criticism I will have, though, I'll just point this out in this video, because I won't do like an overall review now of Hunter x Hunter because, you know, it's not done. I already did a first impressions, but I'll just say something. One thing I am kind of disappointed at is that after the York New arc, we have basically not seen Kurapika or Leorio, and yet, like, in all promotional pieces, they're still there. So I just find that kind of infuriating. I basically, they haven't even shown up like for half the series at this point, and yet they're still being used to promote it. So I just think that's kind of crazy. Now, at this point, I'm like really loving like how Gon and Killua are developing and how they interact with each other and with the other characters. So that isn't a deal killer. I just find it annoying, like seeing manga covers with, you know, Killua, manga covers with Leorio and Kurapika, and yet they're not in the manga volume at all, and like chapter, you know, titles, chapter pages with Kurapika and Leorio. So I just think that's kind of crazy, you know. So, but I'm still loving this series, I will say that. Next up, because of the fact that the other day in a used bookstore I got Volume 32 in Naruto, I decided I would just get 31 and 33 as, you know, just to fill out the kind of 3 for 2 deal. You know, I really need to catch up with Naruto. I hear Naruto, the manga, is ending this year, so I definitely want to, you know, try to get up to date with Naruto, and you know, this will, you know, help me achieve that. I believe that it goes up to the point where, yeah, the very last page of this seems to be Sakura reading Sai's book, so it's still way behind where I am in the anime. The anime, I think I've just completed the Invasion of Pain, and I am beginning that filler arc, which I'm dreading, which is the Konoha history arcs. I have not got any of the more recent Naruto Shippuden box sets. That's simply because I haven't done an order. But anyway, NZ Anime Manga, this next one is because of a video you did. You recommend this series so freaking much. I also have an interest in seeing this series, because of the fact that, you know, just so many people talk about it. Many negatively, many positively. I want to have an opinion. But I don't believe a Volume 1 is going to be enough to have an opinion on it per se, and that is Volume 1 of Toriko. Now, Toriko, I just want to point out my experience with Toriko, which is basically zilch. All I've really seen of Toriko is promotional pieces for it. You know, I've heard about, you know, how the anime is far more censored than the manga, which is, you know, a lot of people react very negatively towards. I know that people reacted very badly to Toriko because of how hugely promoted it was by Shusha. You know, Toriko like had only just started, and yet it was, you know, in these promotional pieces with One Piece and Dragon Ball. So it just seems kind of crazy how hard they were pushing it. And I think when someone's really trying to push a series towards you, you kind of naturally reject it. So a lot of people just don't want to read the series simply because how Shusha, you know, kind of tried to shove it down our throats. But I've heard people have said it's definitely one of the more interesting Shonen Jump series right now, and from an artistic perspective, it definitely looks interesting. For Volume 1, though, I'm not going to judge it too highly. All I'm going to be expecting from a Volume 1 of Toriko is just simply, you know, that it's entertaining at least. You know, as long as it achieves that, I'll continue it a bit. If it doesn't improve from simply being entertaining within several volumes, then I'll drop it. But for, you know, as long as the first volume is entertaining, I'll be able to recommend it a bit. And from an artistic perspective, it actually looks very nice. I've heard people, you know, kind of react very badly to the artwork in it, because it has this very kind of old style look to it. But I think that old style actually suits it down to the ground very well. It kind of seems like a slightly more modern look of Akira Toriyama's artwork in Dragon Ball, or oh god, I can't remember his name. The guy who did Fist of the North Star. The only negative thing, like after flicking through this, I haven't actually read this yet. The only negative I can see is that the muscles are very poorly drawn, unlike Toriko and the other people. It just seems completely unrealistic. It looks kind of weird and unusual. But you know, it's something I'm willing to give a go. And now that I'm up to date with Hunter x Hunter, basically, and that's kind of giving me more kind of leeway to try some other series. So I'm interested in doing that. This next one is the biggest thing I got. And it is from an author that people have told me again and again and again to read. He's supposed to be one of the best manga writers and out in, you know, manga right now. He's done 3 different series, one of which is getting a re-release later this year, which I'm definitely going to pick up. This is his shortest series that's out in English, I believe. The other series that he's well known for is 24 volumes long. I'm not sure about that. It's quite a commitment. But now another series from him is coming out in English. I believe it'll probably be the same price as that 24 volume series, so I don't know. But definitely I'll be interested in getting that re-release from him. Anyway, the series I decided to get, and buy, the complete series of, is Pluto. Now, from Naoki Urasawa. Naoki Urasawa is, you know, he's hailed as one of the best manga writers right now. So, you know, like people have said, you know, his stories are amazing, that they're full of twists, turns, strong characters, etc., etc. There's an appeal to Pluto because it's actually a retelling of Osamu Tezuka's The Greatest Robot on Earth, which I don't have that much experience with. I have not read it in manga form. I would have liked to have read it in manga form, like the original Tezuka work, before reading this, but, you know, that volume is out of print of Astro Boy. The anime, I have this best of Astro Boy's box set that I got for free, which is only the English dubbed version, and it's not particularly a great box set because there's two-parters on it, which only have the first part there, which is fairly bad. I believe one of those first parts is actually The Greatest Robot on Earth, so I've seen the first half of the English version of Astro Boy of The Greatest Robot on Earth from the 1980s. I'm sure it was heavily censored and, you know, a lot lacking depth from the Japanese version, as Astro Boy has always been localized in anime form, at least. So I would have liked to have been able to read those, but, you know, I was like, you know, while I'm at it, I may as well get it, because one thing I've also noticed, I just want to point this out, is that my seinen very much right now is dominated by vertical. When I'm looking at throughout my manga collection, I see seinen from Dark Horse, I see seinen from Seven Seas, I see a little bit of seinen from Yen Press and from Viz, but dominantly it's vertical. So I just decided I should probably try spreading it out a bit. So I decided, you know, I need to get like a big signature series, because right now my signature simply consists of the first omnibus of Tenjo Tenge, the hardcover Uzumaki, the first volume of Biomega, and the complete Solanin. So this will be a great thing to add to the collection. And people say it's brilliant as well. I think I might be wrong. Is it NZ Anime Manga's favorite manga of all time, or did that change now to 20th Century Boys? I can't remember. Definitely one of Uesawa's works is definitely his favorite, and I know that he's been highly positive with Pluto. So I'm very happy to have gotten it. So hopefully you found that entertaining, maybe a bit informative. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye bye.